I have found a corner of wheat, says the little red hen. Now who will help me plant this wheat? Where is that lazy dog? Where is that lazy cat? Where is that lazy mouse? Wait a minute. Hold everything. You can't tell your story right here. This is the end paper. The book hasn't even started yet. Who are you? Will you help me plant the wheat? I'm Jack, the narrator. And no, I can't help you plant the wheat. I'm a very busy guy trying to put a book together. Now why don't you just disappear for a few pages? I'll call you when I need you. But who will help me tell my story? Who will help me draw a picture of the wheat? Who will help me spell the wheat? Listen, hen, forget the wheat. Here comes the title page. Title page. For the Stinky Cheeseman and Other Fairly Stupid Stories. This book is dedicated to our close personal friend, your name here. I know, the page is upside down. I meant to do that. Whoever looks at the dedicated stuff anyhow. If you really want to read it, you can always stand on your head. A long time ago, people used to tell magical stories of wonder and enchantment. These stories are called fairy tales. These stories are not in this book. The stories in this book are almost fairy tales, but not quite. The stories in this book are fairly stupid tales. I mean, what else would you call a story like Goldilocks and the Three Elephants? The girl who walked through the woods smelled peanut porridge cooking. She decided to break into the elephant's house, eat the porridge, sit in the chairs, and sleep in their beds. But when she gets into the house, she can't climb up on baby elephant's chair because it's too big. She can't climb up on mama's elephant's chair because it's much too big. And she can't climb up on papa elephant's chair because it's much, much too big. So she goes home. The end. And if you don't think that's fairly stupid, you should read Little Red Running Shorts, or maybe The Stinky Cheeseman. In fact, you should definitely go read the stories now, because the rest of this introduction just kind of goes on and doesn't really say anything. I stick it on here at the end so it would fill up the page, and make it look like I really knew what I was talking about. So stop now. I mean it. Quit reading. Turn the page. If you read this last sentence, it won't tell you anything. Jack. Up the Hill, Fairy Tale Forest, 1992. Surgeon General's warning. It has been determined that these tales are fairly stupid and probably dangerous to your health. Once upon a time, Chicken Licken was standing around with a piece of something fell on her head. She wasn't the brightest thing on two legs, so she started running around in circles clucking, "The sky is falling, the sky is falling, we must tell the president." Chicken Licken ran to her friend Ducky Lucky and chucked, Ducky Lucky, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must tell the president." "Let's go," quacked Ducky Lucky. Chicken Licken and Ducky Lucky ran to their friend Goosey Lucy and yelled, "Goosey Lucy, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must tell the president." "Let's go," honked Goosey Lucy. Chicken Licken, Duck and Lucky, and Goosey Lucy ran to their friend Cocky Locky and yelled, Cocky Locky, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must tell the president." "Let's go," crowed Cocky Locky. Wait a minute, cried Jack the narrator. "I forgot the table of contents. "Hey, you're not in the story," said Chicken Licken. "I know," said Jack the narrator, "but I came to warn you. The table of contents is, the sky is falling, clucked Chicken Licken. "We must tell the president." So Chicken Licken, Ducky Lucy, Goosey Lucy, Cocky Locky ignored Jack the narrator and ran off to catch a plane to Washington. Just outside the airport, they met Foxy Loxy. "Foxy Loxy, the sky is falling. We must tell the president," yelled Chicken Licken, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky. "Well, come with me," said Foxy Loxy. "I know a shortcut to the airport." Foxy Loxy led Chicken Licken, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky into his cave. He didn't get to eat them, though, because Chicken Licken was almost right. The sky wasn't falling. The table of contents was. It fell and squished everybody. The end. Once upon a time, there was a prince, and this prince, dad and mom, the king and queen, somehow got it in their royal heads that no princess would be good enough for their boy unless she could feel a pea through 100 mattresses. So it should come to no surprise that the prince had a very hard time finding a princess. Every time he met a nice girl, his mom and dad would pile 100 mattresses on top of a pea and then invite her to sleep over. When the princess came down for breakfast, the queen would ask, "How did you sleep, dear?" The princess would politely say, "Fine, thank you," and the king would show her the door. Now this went on for 3 years, and of course nobody ever felt a pea under 100 mattresses. Then one day the prince met the girl of his dreams. He decided he'd better do something about it. That night, before the princess went to bed, the prince slipped his bowling ball under one under the 100 mattresses. When the princess came down for breakfast the next morning, the queen asked, "How did you sleep, dear?" "This might sound odd," said the princess, "but I think you need another mattress. I felt like I was sleeping under a lump the size of a bowling ball." The king and queen were satisfied, the prince and princess were married, and everyone lived happily, although not completely honestly, ever after. The end. Once upon a time, there was a mother duck and a father duck who had 7 baby ducks. 6 of them were regular-looking ducks. The 7th duck was really ugly duckling. Everyone used to say, "What a nice bunch of ducklings." All except that one. "Boy, he's really ugly." The really ugly ducky heard these people, but he didn't care. He knew one day he would probably grow up to be a swan and be bigger and better looking than anything in the pond. Well, as it turned out, he really was just an ugly ducking. And he grew up to be just a really ugly duck. The end. Once upon a time, there was a frog. One day, when he was sitting on his lily pad, he saw a beautiful princess sitting by the pond. He hopped in the water and swam over to her and poked his head out of the weeds. "Pardon me, oh beautiful princess," he said in his most sad and pathetic voice. "I wonder if you could help me." The princess was ready to jump up and run, but she felt sorry for the frog with the sad and pathetic voice. So she asked, "What can I do to help you, little frog?" "Well," the frog said, "I'm not really a frog, but a handsome prince who turned into a frog by a wicked witch's spell. And the spell can only be broken by the kiss of a beautiful princess." The princess thought about this for a second, then lifted the frog from the pond and kissed him. "I was just kidding," said the frog. He jumped into the pond and the princess wiped frog slime off her lips. The end. Good times. Okay, I've got things running smoothly now, Jack the Narrator. And this next story is even better than the last 3. See, it's about a girl who runs very fast and always wearing running shorts. That's where her name comes from, get it? Anyway, the girl is running to her grandma's house when she meets a wolf. The wolf tricks her into taking the long way while he takes a shortcut. Now this is a good part, because Red runs so fast she beats the wolf to Granny's house. He knocks on the door and Red answers it. And guess what she says? "My, what slow feet you have." And that's it. The end. Is that great or what? So sit back, relax, and enjoy Little Red Riding Shorts. And now, like I've already said, Little Red Running Shorts. "You just told the whole story," says Little Red Running Shorts. "We're not going to tell it again." "You can't say that," says Jack. "You have to start with once upon a time." "No," says the wolf. "You blew it. But you guys are next. Look at the title at the top of the page. Little Red Running Shorts. That's you." "Let's go," says the wolf. "We're out of here." "Wait, you can't do this. Your story's supposed to be 3 pages long. What am I supposed to do when we turn the page?" "I planted the wheat, I watered the wheat, I harvested the wheat. Now do I get to tell my story?" says Little Red Hen. "Say, what's going on here? Why is that page blank? Is that my page? Where is that lazy dog? Where is that lazy cat? Where is that lazy mouse? How do they expect me to tell the whole story by myself? Where is that lazy narrator? Where is that lazy illustrator? Where is that lazy author?" Forget that, hen. Now it's time for my best story in the whole book. My story. Because once upon a time I traded our last cow for 3 magic beans. And hey, Giant, what